The species I'm drawing in this study are part of the animal kingdom. Some of these are called sea lilies, but they're not plants. All these species are from the order of crinoids, which are marine invertebrates. They are commonly known as feather stars because their feeding arms look like feathers, and if a species is attached to the seafloor by a stalk, then they are called sea lilies. But most of the species are free swimming. Starfish and sea urchins are close relatives of this order of animals. I came across feather stars while I was searching for new species to draw, and I have to admit, if I just saw a photo of one of these creatures, I would just think they're plants. But now I learned a couple of things which are really interesting, and I watched some videos of feather stars moving in the ocean. Then I realized how fascinating these creatures are. I would be horrified if I see something like this moving towards me, and when people see them for the first time, they feel like they're seeing some kind of an alien thing. So that's why I think I found out about an animal that can be inspiration for creature design. Their unique morphology, vibrant colors, and graceful movements can serve as a foundation for designing imaginative and otherworldly creatures. The most striking feature of feather stars is their feathery arms, which can number up to 200 in some species, while in primitive forms they only have 5 arms. These arms, covered in pinnules, create a fan-like appearance that can be translated into the design of fantastical creatures. Imagine a creature with multiple feathery appendages that can be used for various functions such as swimming, grasping, or even sensory perception. These arms can be adorned with intricate patterns and vibrant colors, enhancing the visual appeal and exotic nature of the creature. Feather stars also possess a central body from which the arms radiate. This can be reimagined as a protective core or a brain-like structure for a creature. The flexibility and articulation of the feather star's arms can inspire designs for creatures with highly maneuverable and adaptive limbs, capable of intricate movements and complex interactions with their environment. Feather stars have the ability to generate lost arms, and this can inspire creatures with remarkable regenerative abilities. This could be depicted in a creature that heals rapidly from injuries or even regrows entire limbs, adding an element of invincibility or resilience. Such traits can provide depth to the creature's backstory, influencing its role in the ecosystem and its interactions with other species. They can also be inspiration for colors because feather stars are renowned for their striking coloration and patterns, which range from vivid reds and yellows to deep blues and blacks. These colors can serve as a direct inspiration for creature aesthetics, creating beings that are visually captivating and distinct. In designing creatures, one can experiment with contrasting colors and intricate patterns, drawing from the natural beauty of feather stars. This can be particularly effective in creating creatures that need to stand out in vibrant fantastical worlds, or those that employ camouflage or mimicry in more subdued environments. The patterns on feather stars often resemble fractals with repeating motifs that decrease in size towards the tip of the arms. This fractal geometry can inspire designs that emphasize complexity and symmetry, creating a sense of natural elegance and coherence in the creature's form. These patterns can be highlighted with bioluminescence, adding a magical or otherworldly glow to the creature, making it a stunning sight in dark environments such as deep oceans or shadowy forests. Like I said, when I saw how they move, That was the most striking thing about them, and I'm not really into animation, so I don't know if creating a creature like this, maybe for a video game, is it going to be easy? I'm not sure, but it is obvious that feather stars exhibit graceful and mesmerizing movements, using their arms to crawl along the seafloor or swim gracefully through the water. This fluid motion can inspire the design of creatures that move with similar elegance, whether they inhabit terrestrial, aquatic, or aerial environments. Imagine a creature that glides effortlessly through the air, its feathered limbs moving in a hypnotic dance, or an aquatic beast that swims with undulating feather-like fins. Moreover, the behavior of feather stars, such as their ability to cling to surfaces with its cirri, which are the small appendages at the base of their body, can inspire creatures with specialized gripping or climbing abilities. These adaptations can be creatively reimagined to suit the needs of various environments, adding depth and functionality to the creature's design. When I was studying turtles, I learned that they have symbolic significance. And why not in a fantasy world? These types of creatures can have something like that. Incorporating ecological and symbolic elements into creature design can enhance the narrative depth and cultural significance of the creation. Feather stars, with their ancient lineage and unique ecological niche, can be used to symbolize resilience, adaptation, and the beauty of natural evolution. Creatures inspired by feather stars can be depicted as guardians of ancient knowledge, embodiments of the sea's mysteries, or symbols of transformation and growth. In a narrative context, these creatures could be revered by cultures within a fictional world, featuring prominently in myths, legends, and art. Their unique abilities and attributes can be woven into the story, creating a rich tapestry of interaction between the creatures and the inhabitants of the world. Feather stars have adapted to various marine environments, from shallow reefs to deep-sea habitats. This adaptability can be reflected in creature designs that are versatile and able to thrive in multiple environments. Designing creatures with the ability to adapt to different conditions can add an element of realism and depth, making them more believable within their fictional ecosystems. For example, a feather star-inspired creature might have the ability to change its coloration or modify its physical structure to better suit its surroundings, highlighting the theme of survival and evolution. Overall, feather stars offer a wealth of inspiration for creature design, with their distinctive morphology, vibrant coloration, graceful movements, and ecological significance. By drawing on these elements, we designers can create creatures that are not only visually stunning but also rich in narrative potential. Whether in fantasy, literature, film, or other creative mediums, the influence of feather stars can help bring to life imaginative and otherworldly beings that captivate and inspire. The intricate beauty and adaptability of feather stars provide a perfect template for creating creatures that resonate with audiences and enrich the worlds they inhabit. I have been drawing these species, and I have to say that because they have these arms that can do anything, they create beautiful shapes, and I chose those types of poses of the animals to illustrate. They're really nice for creating composition, and the versatility of their shapes I have seen in reference photos were inspiring, not just for creature design, but anything that involves shape design. It can be environment, architecture, some kind of vehicle, or a smaller object. And these animals can be used as they are because they are unique and will add variety to any story or concept art project. They are beautiful just as background elements, so next time I draw a mermaid, now I have something in mind to add in my composition. So I ended up with 13 species of feather stars or sea lilies illustrations, and I managed to keep them in one composition where they show themselves in the sea, close to the seafloor. And apart from learning about the species, it was a nice painting exercise. It was a bit time consuming to do the feathery arms, and this whole painting took around 5 hours to finish. And I'm not a very patient person. Sometimes I rush a lot of things when painting, and I'm sure I did that again in this painting process. But I enjoyed it overall, and I'm looking forward to my next drawing of a different species. So I'm hoping to see you in my next project.